Welcome. I'm Denise Keefe, Senior Vice President of Continuing Health for Advocate Health. I want to welcome you to the 30th Annual Tree of Angels Remembrance Ceremony. I am honored to join you virtually to remember and celebrate the lives of the loved ones we have lost. This special ceremony began in 1993 at our former residential hospice facility in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. One of our nurses made a paper angel over the holidays in memory of the first patient served by the hospice. Soon, this ceremony became tradition and continued at Aurora Zilber Family Hospice when it opened in 2005. Since then, Tree of Angels has become an even more meaningful part of our holidays. It allows us to gather together to reflect on those whom we've shared important moments of our lives. I'm honored to represent the many hospice team members who have personally been alongside you over the days, weeks, and even months while you supported your loved one. They feel it is truly a gift to provide compassionate care to each patient and their families. We want to thank you for allowing us to be a part of that sacred journey. We are honored that you have allowed us to remember your loved ones in this very meaningful way. At this time, I'd like to introduce Amy Choi to begin our ceremony.
Thank you, Denise. Hello, my name is Amy Choi. I'm the Vice President of Advocate Aurora Hospice and Palliative Care. You may have seen firsthand that our hospice team consists of many important members. Their support is vital, and we'd like to thank them for caring for your loved one. And of course, we're grateful to all of you, our supporters and donors. Aurora Zilber Family Hospice was created through philanthropic support. Both Zilber and our entire hospice program continues to rely on your generous donations to provide the compassionate care that you and your loved ones have experienced. You make it possible to provide the very best care and comfort during the end-of-life journey. We would not be able to do this work without you. Thank you for joining us, for the trust you place in us, and for your ongoing support. And now, please join me in welcoming Reverend Jim Greer, who will lead our invocation.
Thank you, Amy. My name is Reverend Jim Greer, and I'm one of the chaplains here at Zilber Hospice. We live in a time when we are in need of hope, especially when someone we love passes away. Hope that when we take in a breath, we are breathing in the spirit of the one we hold so dear. Hope that we feel them in the winds that blow or see them in the glinting snow. So for solace, we have symbolic trees through our Tree of Angels. Trees give us a message of hope. They show us how, after a period of barren emptiness, there's a stirring of life and a new beginning. The roots of the tree are strong, and they show us that even in the seeming barrenness of the winter of our lives, the process and change is already invisibly in motion. This process, it'll usher in the flowing of a new season of our lives. Our higher power with strong roots, who can bring blossoms to the barren trees that surround us, will bring us an era of fulfillment. We are called to bear witness to the way our higher power loves all humankind. We move forward with the hope that these barren branches around us will give forth glorious blossoms, blossoms of the spirit of our loved one, forever embedded in our hearts. Now I'll read the prayer of remembrance, and I invite you to join me in that, and in response state, we remember them. In the rising of the sun and in its going down, we remember them. In the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter, we remember them. In the opening of buds and in the warmth of summer, we remember them. In the rustling of leaves and the beauty of autumn, we remember them. In the beginning of the year and when it ends, we remember them. When we are weary and in need of strength, we remember them. When we are lost and sick at heart, we remember them. So long as we live, they too shall live, for they are now a part of us as we remember them. Thank you. And now please join me in welcoming Carol Johnson.
Hello, I'm Carol Johnson, the Director of Hospice Specialty Services, including Aurora Zilber Family Hospice. Now we are honored to share the names of over 661 people who have touched our lives. These angels are in memory or in honor of the following: Janice Abendroth, Betty Abendroth, Craig Abendroth, Edward Abendroth, Frederick Abendroth, Janice Abendroth, June M. Abendroth, Todd Ablater, Bobby Aker, Sr., F. Thomas Ament, Diane S. Ammerman, Milton R. Anderson, Richard H. Andrew, Joseph J. Arrowwood, Mary H. Bach, Dolores Bacchus, Bruce W. Bonneman, James Byer, Jim Byer, Melvin A. Baker, William Baker, William Balcerowski, Irene R. Baldowitz, Audrey Ann Balistreri, Lorraine E. Barron, Robert Barron, Kyle Bauer, Stephen G. Bauer, Ernest Baumgart, Mary C. Beckman, Helen C. Beck, George Becker, Lois M. Becker, Mary Becker, Carol Ann Beeler, Joey Beeler, Michael A. Bell, Carol Belsky, Tony Belsky, Moses L. Binford, Richard Dick Bennett, Larry Burtz, Margaret Biddy Burtz, George Robert Belslick, Edward J. and Marion M. Bett, Brian K. Biddle, David E. Biddle, Kim Biddle, Crystal Lynn Blackman, Peter Bleha, Lacey Blair, Harold Blaze, Viola Blaze, Irma E. Block, Vernon J. Block, Jacqueline Jackie Blowjet, Nancy M. Bullwig, Maria Both, Cecilia Bouchard, Holly M. Boyce, Arthur L. Boyer. We will always remember you.
I'm Alexandra Ridgway, the volunteer coordinator for the Aurora Home Hospice teams of Greater Milwaukee. These angels are in memory or in honor of the following: Jerry Brantner, David Brem, Eleanor Breyer, Eleanor Bremer, Gregory J. Bretza Jr., Elizabeth Brewer, Richard Brewer, Walter V. Brewer, Joshua J. Bridgman, Beulah B. Brost, Edward Brost, Beverly Jane Brown, Lori Brown Morgan, Ronald R. Bruner, Jackie Bryant, Barbara L. Bashaklian, Herman Bashaklian, Hovsep Bashaklian, Julia Bashaklian, Lucy Bashaklian, Frank Bujaszewski, Norman Bunt, Ida Butts, Kenneth H. Butts, Peter Bilo, George Budazek, Joe Kalbrecht, Pamela Camarena, Loretta Carlson, Ronaldo Cartagena, Michael Carter, Thomas Casper, Orlando Centeno, Colleen Kelly Christensen, Michael F. Seelick, Carol A. Claps, Dr. Perry Cohn, Daniel G. Colasaco, Brian Conrad, Bernard Conrad, David Conrad, David H. Conrad, Janice M. Conrad, Kathleen Conway, Adele Cook, David Cook, Jerome Jerry C. Cook, Patricia Pat H. Cook, Joan Cooper, Albert D. Corradino, John M. Cowan, Catherine B. Cowan, Teresa Kramer, Deshana Crockett, Joseph A. Cole, Roger Cups, Karen Sykish, Karen Siganiak, Ruth T. Shornecka, H. Virginia Chuck. We will always remember you.
Hi, I'm Andy Vandermolen. I'm the nurse practitioner here at Zilber Hospice. These angels are in memory or in honor of the following: Sharon Dabler, Carol Daly, William A. Dama, Roger E. Damask, Ronald Damitz, Violet E. Damitz, Nick Dano, Richard Darniter, Erica A. Davis, Patricia M. Debrabant, Arlen Hollis Decker, Ellen J. Devlin, Margaret E. Dufresne, Judith Ann Diamond, Sharon Marie Deers, Caroline J. DePlaris, Edward J. Dixon, Grandma Dodo, Joseph F. Drana, Mike Drew, Jean A. Dormeyer, Marlene Rose Dutton, Richard Dybel, Pat Jenick, Gary L. Eckert, Dennis Eldridge, John M. Elgas, June I. Elman, Gordon Engeldinger, Dawn Eudora, Betty J. Fahey, Thomas F. Fahey, Douglas Farrell, Eugene and Joyce Fenn, Paul R. Featherston, Ruth Feustel, Shirley A. Fear, David Fisher Trisky, Ruth V. Flock, Mary M. Flaskerud, Michael Formanek, Robert Foster, Frank Frechette, Kathy Frey, Teresa G. Frunsick, Frank Fuchsberger, Greg Fugger, Jerome N. Furman, Alpha Jean Gady, Charles V. Gallion, Helen Ganiak, Mary Jo Garofalo, Jean M. Gassert, Mary Elizabeth E. Gassert, Paul V. Gassert, Marilyn J. Gast, Violet L. Gatst, Carlene Gauthier, Leonardo Gavinia, Christine E. Jorgensen, Betty Gifford, Joseph Giljohan, Joe and Bill Gleason, Clarence N. Gloss, Mary Glowacki, Carl Goebel, George Gold, John and Pat Golembiowski, Mary Gonzalez, Barbara Good, Valerie Grabowski, Greg Ganrath, Diane P. Gray, Rosalie Greco, the Greco family, David Grebe, Rosemarie Greenbush, Sylvester Grayson, Jane A. Grabanowicz, Jean F. Gruber, James A. Grundy, Susan Grizub, Madeline M. Judy, Otto Gutflisch, Edward J. Guizda. We will always remember you.
Hello, my name is Kathleen Sapelka, and I'm a volunteer at Zilber Family Hospice. These angels are in memory of or in honor of the following: Arlene Hadfield Moser, Elmer R. Hallen, Audrey A. Hamilton, Tom Hamilton, Brian L. Hansen, Mary Lee Hansen, Charlene Hardin, Donald Harling, Lorraine Harling, Kenneth Harmeyer, Elizabeth S. Harper, Francis M. Hart, James J. Hart, Dolores D. Hartman, Jessica Harvey, Francis M. Hossman, Sylvia Hawn, K. C. Heckman, Diane Hine. We will always remember you.
My name is Jocelyn Hosea Davis. I am the Grief Support Specialist for Aurora Zilber Family Hospice. These angels are in memory or in honor of the following: Paul K. Heineke, Dennis R. Hendricks, John D. Hennecker, Lorraine Hennessy, Betty Henshaw, Cynthia Hernandez, Margarito Hernandez, Dennis Heziak, Bet Heinite, Donald J. Hentz, Karen L. Hurt, Jean Holdman, Julius Jules L. Hopfensberger, Phyllis Hotellings, the Hotelling family, John T. Hodder, Elizabeth Howard, Louis J. Hermoda, Mary Elizabeth Huckstorf, Eleanor M. Ignera, Laverne Imbruglia, John Earsink, Stefan Ivonsky, Michael Jean Jablonski, Conrad John, Jonah James, Jean Janikowski, Mary Janoka, John Jansen, Lawrence L. Jaros, Francis Jasky, Daniel Jeffrey, Mark S. Jeffrey, David Jecka, Joseph Jecka Jr., Norman Jensen, Nancy M. Judas. We will always remember you.
Hello, my name is Margaret Armstrong. I'm the clinical manager for Zilber Family Hospice. These angels are in memory or in honor of the following: Jerry A. Campa, Bernard J. Caney, Ellen M. Carrolls, Logan Karstead, Bob Karst, Judith Casper Oxman, Arthur Kastner, Thomas K., Arlene M. Kaczynski, Lucille E. Carries, Laverne L. Kesman, Eugenia Keebdaj, Matthew Kirkluski, Edward Clowane, Jim and Judy Clowane, James Klaczynski, Audrey Kloman, Robert J. Kloman, Gregory Klozowski, Norbert J. Klozowski, Harold J. Klusman, Joanne Ruby Klussman, Thomas K. Knoll, Gloria Cobies, Terry Cobies, James Cobert, Juanita Cobert, Sally Cohn, Ken F. Conan, Helen Kolsky, Gail Kontowitz, Rita Kontowitz, Gary Krichowski, Carol Craze, William J. Krause, Mark G. Krause, Lucille Kress, B. Bruce Creer, Anthony Krizan, Dorothy H. Kruger, Arlene Kruk, Carol Kraswicki, Terry Kubler, Wilma Coolby, Deborah K. Colt, Phyllis Kurtek, Ned Kurtz, Richard Kurtz, Susan Kurtz, Josephine Kustan, Rudolph Quatis, Milan Kutan, Arlene L. Kwasniewski, Lynn M. Kwasniewski, Marianne LaRose, Vicki L. Ladine, Larry M. LaFond, Joseph G. Lagerman, Rosella Sally Lample, Shane Lagerman, Jerry Laffery, Thomas W. Leager, Stacy M. Lefeber, Rita LaGrosse, Carl Lemberger, Susan E. Luke, Jordan R. Levin, Fannie Lewis, Matthew Lewis, Susan M. Lewis. We will always remember you.
My name is Jocelyn Hosea Davis. I am the Grief Support Specialist with Zilber Family Hospice. This angel is in memory of the following: Randy Kiesler. We will always remember you.
I'm Dr. Glenn Regali. These angels are in memory or in honor of the following: Edward Learman, John Liskey, Tammy Liskey Wills, Thomas L. Lindblom, Kurt E. Skip Lindquist, Donald J. Lobatz, Leanna R. Longini, Dorothy Loomis, Lauren Bud C. Loomis, Shirley E. Lopez, Daniel Lovall, Barbara J. Look, June Litke, Brett Littner, Willard Mack, James Magis, Janet M. Myhenich, Peter G. Malkovich, Hazel M. Maloney, Terry S. Mank, Shelley Manning, Lota June Marco Levings, Richard Marta, Jeffrey C. Martin, Carol Marteau, Diane K. Marks, Emily A. Matuson, Frank J. Matuson, Susan K. Maxwell, Patrick J. May, Angelo Masuko, Joseph T. McCarthy, Diane McColian, Greg McCracken, Curtis McDonald, Joe McEwen, Joe R. McGrody, William Bill Medrick, Bonnie Mahar, Marge Melton, Ann J. Merkovich, Jackie Metzke, Arthur Metzke, Jackie Michaels, Lorraine Michalski, Suzanne Meach, Eleanor Milkey, Gloria Milkey, Joseph Miliaccio, Patricia A. Milkowski, Milton Miller, Tom Miller, Dale Mills, Ligaya E. Menel, James Miner, John Mashevsky, John Masuria, Francis Myslewy, Lily M. Mitchell, Claire Middich, Jan C. Ayame, Betty Lou Momsen, George F. Moses, Robert Mosley, Cecilia Murkowski, Gary J. Muth, Helen Shorty E. Myers. We will always remember you.
Hello everyone, my name is Tiffany Tannhaeuser. I am the fundraiser for the Advocate Aurora Foundation's hospice care programs. These angels are in memory or in honor of the following: Joanne Nagy, Michael Nash, Brian R. Nauman, Anthony Navarro, Otra M. Neal, Brian Nedwick, Alan D. Nelson, Paulette G. Nelson, Dorothy Nielsen, Gabrielle Nicodin, Donald M. Nozel, Joe Novak, Jean Olson, Edward J. Arose, Deborah Otzelberger, Judith Casper Oxman, Sydney L. Oxman, Roman Oskowski, Grandpa Uno, Christopher Paskey, Bruce J. Padbury, Marilyn Page, Elkin Palacios Mascara, Patsy Palmer, Donald J. Penkoff, Karen M. Paulo, Marlene Papa, Carol Jane Parr, Mary Lou Passage, Carrie W. Paskiewicz, Antonio C. Patty, Dolores Powlick, Judith Paulitz, Ambrose Pawlowski, Shirley D. Pawlowski, Marcia R. Pinnefeather, Albert Panowski, Darlene Pertmer, Sam Pertmer, Harriet Peters, Melvin Peters, Richard R. Peters, Tyrell J. Peters, Adeline Peterson, Brandon Man Xavier Peterson, Shirley J. Pfister, Exa Phillips, Wanda W. Phillips, Andrew J. Piccolo, Theodore J. Pintaro, Joseph A. Piovano, Judy Piscatello, Ralph Plur, Robert D. Puxa, Gregory Mark Porgozelski, Norma M. Percorni, Beverly Pulaski, Judy Polchinski, Leona T. Polchinski, Ruth Cookie Polinsky, Stuart A. Polivka, Richard R. Papanga, Darlene D. Potter, Mary Lynn Powell, David Prest, Lawrence R. Prohaska, Margaret M. Prohaska, Greta R. Prisbila, Jerome Prisbila, Mark Pukownik, Sophia M. Puchko. We will always remember you.
I'm Katie Riley, Vice President and Chief Nursing Officer for the Continuing Health Division. These angels are in memory or in honor of the following: Frank Radel, Angel Ramirez, Talina O. Rapuzzo, Dorothy Ralph, Hank Raymonds, Linda M. Raymonds, Mary V. Raymonds, Dale John Regenauer, Alice Reich, Donald Raymond, Barbara A. Ruteman, Elsa Reyes, Kenneth W. Rhodes, Juan Rivera Sr., Sue Roberts, Daryl Robley, Samuel Mendoza Rodriguez, J. Jesus Rojo, Sonia Rojo, William D. Rayleigh, Helen Marlise J. Ropas, Cheryl R. Rosado, Brooke E. Rosas, Jerry and Sharon Rose, Walter J. Rose, Jerome D. Rosenwald, Dorothy M. Roth, Keith W. Rupplinger, Eric Rutowski, Pauline Sadowski, Susan L. Sainsbury, Ida Sage, Linda Sage, Louis F. Sage, Jerome Samons, Bob Schabowski, Glenn A. Schacht, Gerald M. Schaefer, Kenneth Sharnock, Robert C. Scheck, Brian Shoy, Fred Shoy, Sandy Shalowski. We will always remember you.
My name is Dr. Kavita Sharma, and I'm the medical director here at the Aurora Zilber Family Hospice. I've had the pleasure and honor of taking care of a lot of your loved ones. These angels are in memory of or in honor of the following: Robert W. Schilling, Violet Schimmel, Joyce Schinka, Gerald J. Schmidt, Kathleen Loyola Schmidt, Marlene M. Schmidt, Caroline Schmidt, Dennis Schmidt, Norman L. Schmidt, Anthony S. Schmidt, Barbara Ann Schneider, Carol Schneider, Jack Schneider, Kelly A. Schnoor, Stacy A. Schnoor, Carol Schoenholz, Richard Schoenholz, Frank A. Schrader. We will always remember you.
Hi, my name is Robin Wolfile. I'm the Director of Development with the Aurora Healthcare Foundation. These angels are in memory or in honor of the following: Lorraine Schrank, Beth Schulke, Paul Schultz, Daniel J. Schwab, Carolyn E. Sedivi, James W. Senger, Joyce Sereno, Jeffrey F. Setz, Deborah Rose Sexton, Celeste Shante, Howard Shaw, Gilbert E. Schiltz, Marlies Schiltz, John Seelapf, Mary A. Seward, Catherine Sildorf, Julie Simonson, Amy J. Skenador Bruner, Ronald Slasky, Mary L. Smeaton, Ardrey R. Smith, Henry Smith, Joan Marie Smith, Karen Smith, Wanda Smith, Conrad Subcheck, Nancy Lanning Subcheck, Rose Marie Sopran, Michael J. Sosala, Susie Spear, Arlene A. Spots, Geraldine Jerry Stacknick, Harry J. Stakowiak, James R. Stakowiak, Gerald F. Stackpole, Alan J. Stager, Joe A. Stahl, Patsy A. Stahl, Elsbita Stupowitz, Thomas R. Stupowitz, Gary J. Zaszewski, Brian P. Steiner, Janet L. Sturmel, Edward L. Stites, Idabelle H. Stricker, Marvin Stricker, Odelia J. Strebe, Richard J. Strebe, Elizabeth Strygens, Arnold L. Stromowski, Jerry Stromowski, Nancy Sund, Rosalia Svetovarzevic, Tadija Svetovarzevic, Gloria Swanson, Antoinette Simkowski, John Jack Zimborski, Vivian Zimborski, Charles A. Taube, Romaine M. Taube, Richard L. Taylor, Russell F. Tesler, Louise Tetrov, Mary Thielen, Johanna I. Thompson, Mary E. Thompson. We will always remember you.
These angels are in memory or in honor of the following: Alan J. Thorpe, Mary E. Thorpe, Yvonne M. Tiedke, Edward J. Tippold, William Tepfer, Gloria Tomzak, John C. Tosava, Wayne A. Treat, Sylvia Annie Triumph, Richard L. Tusho Sr., James Tyborski, Joan Euchre, Jeanette Ewell, Virginia Eulenkamp, Ken F. Ulatowski, Pancho Ungos, Alma Vasek, John Valent, Bill Vanden Langenberg, E. Marie Vanden Langenberg, John Vanden Langenberg, Wilbur J. Vanden Langenberg, Mary Vanden Langenberg Braukoff, Martha Van Oss, Marlene J. Vandenboom, Richard Vandenboom, David W. Vanderleest, Barbara J. Vanderleest, Sister Ann Catherine Vierstaller, Mary Ann Vierhoeve, Lisbeth Vogel, Christine Walecki, Carol A. Walker, Jean M. Walker, Marion B. Wallig, Lori Wankowski, Kathy Wapple, Janine Warkenthine, Rick L. Webb, George Weber, Jerry Weber, Jean A. Weber, William Bill Weborg, Jack Wegner, Ivan R. White, Julie Wickman, Evelyn Wilker, Victor J. Wilker, Bernard J. Williams, Inez Nikki V. Wilms, Karen J. Wilson, Stella Wilson, James L. Winkleski, Janice Wissert, Diane Wolfile, Florian G. Wojtyra, David J. Robleski, Renata Wun, Elizabeth T. Uritz, Eleanor Ellie Zapkowitz, Kim Zachow, Lorraine M. Zempleski, Michael Marvin Ziegler, Robert Zwitter, Ronald Zwitter. In honor of our loved ones, in memory of those lost during COVID-19, in honor of all hospice caregivers and team members, we will always remember you.
Hello everyone, my name is Treese Crockett. I work at EVS. I want to thank you for allowing us to serve your loved one. We have the honor of being there for them every day, and they will forever impact our lives. On behalf of my team, thank you for your trust and support. Happy holidays.
Please join me as we pause for a moment of silence to remember those we've honored. On behalf of the entire Advocate Aurora Health Hospice team, thank you for joining us and for your generosity. We wish you a wonderful holiday season.